What is up, YouTube? Little Bears in the house. I'm doing an Inzektor deck profile for you guys. I figured I might as well show you guys what I was using in that long video that I put up alongside this. Um, this is the same deck profile as I had before on my channel in real life. I have almost all the cards in real life. That's kind of why I made it like this. I'm only missing the two Scarecrow, the Arc, and Exxon Knight because not everyone has the luck to pull it. So. But yeah, let's get into the deck profile. So we have the standard 3 centipedes, 1 dragonfly, 1 mantis. I'm only using 1 mantis because I learned 1 mantis and 3 swords is a lot better than 2 mantis and 2 swords. Um, because I didn't know that you could. It's a you can effect to summon a monster out of the graveyard. You can target. You can choose not to do that, and I just use it mainly for the OTKs. I don't need to. I can only use his special summoning effect once per turn anyway. So, 2 is good. I played for 2 for years, but with 2 for years, but I feel that 1 right now is a little more consistent for this build and for my playstyle. 2 hoppers because they're the strongest Inzektor out there, for in terms of regular stats. Um, and their effect's still good. Sometimes, equipping Centipede with a sword and just attacking directly, that's pretty much all you need to win sometimes. The 1 Hoernet, God bless the Hoernet. 3 Inzektor Ladybugs, 2 Maxies, 2 Summoner Monks, 1 Armageddon Knight. This little engine here is amazing with Lavalval Chain. I didn't think it was. It makes an incredible difference to the deck in terms of speed and setup. 3 swords, like I said, I like the 3 swords. It helps me get back my monsters from the graveyard. It helps me with OTKs with Gigamantis. They're never really dead draws because I can always just equip them and play it slow. 3 Pot of Dualities. Sometimes you feel like I can go off and do massive amount of special summonings, or I can activate Pot of Duality. It's never really a bad card. It's always good, especially when you don't have monsters in your hand or anything. It's always good to dig deep. 2 MSTs, not 3, because I'm running 2 lands and I have the Hoernet, so I don't feel like I need the third MST. It is in the side deck, so 2 lands because Compulse and Bottomless, Venus Chains are all real. 3 of the Insect Imitations because we are running 2 Maxies and we have 3 Ladybugs, so that's a total of 5 targets. To go into a level 3, and if I, for odd reason, need to go into level 4, I have 2 Inzektor Hoppers, so it is possible. The only thing I would like to do is add, I'll tell that afterward. So you guys can just see the profile. 1 Lure of Darkness, 1 Book of Moon, because Book of Moon's broke. 1 Dark Hole, 3 Threatening Roars. It's a very good card. I prefer it so much over Wawaku because Wawaku they can attack and so much effects can go off just by attacking. 2 Fiend's Chains, 1 Warning, and 2 Call the Haunters for OTKs and help me out. My side deck really quick: 1 MST, 2 Twisters because I need to destroy the Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, Dimensional Fissures and stuff like that. That I just when this is for when they side deck. When I know they can side deck like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror and stuff like that, continuous cards, Roll the Creep, well, Twisters out there. Swift Scarecrow for OTKs like Yurgi and stuff like that. Effect Veilers, and the 3rd Fiendish Chain for the same reason. Stop plays, DD Crows. The DD Crows I think this is the best side deck card for the format, and probably the format that's coming too. Might bump this up to 3. Don't know. DNA Surgery for Boojins, and even though I didn't draw it against Boojins, but for Boojins and Spellbooks. Although it also helps against Noble Knights. 2 Royal Decrees against Burn, because sometimes you go against Burn decks, and I don't want to lose against Burn decks. And Soul Drain for all those extra decks that just go off too much. Extra deck: Adrius, Luxorus. I love Crimson Shadow. It's just a good start. First turn I prefer Crimson Shadow than Atiris. Exostag, Stark Fortress, Tyrus, Abyss Dweller, God Cowboy, Exton Knight, Valval Chain, Arc, Levier, Windows and Mains, and Leviathan Dragon with Acid Golem destruction. I have Acid Golem just in case I need to finish an OTK with him, or if skill drain's on the field, well, I can just bring out my beater. I always like to have in my extra deck at least one card that's, skill drain, like either Acid Golem or this card, Gem Knight Pearl or Crazy Box. Alright, so that's the deck profile. I'm just gonna go into a couple of like why I chose some cards. Or what I would change rather, because I already told you why I chose cards. What I would change is the maxis. Yeah, the only two decks that I really know that go off with massive amount of multiple summons, right now in meta is Geargia and Heretics. And as you can see in the main deck, I don't have anything to draw into like battle hand traps. I don't have that. So I feel like they're just taking up space because I draw them and I'm like I can't do anything with this. It's not a Baylor, so I can't Baylor the monsters. It's not other monsters that I could use, So it's I don't know. I really feel like changing it, and for that reason I might take out one. It's intimidation. I will always leave two. Um, for those changes, I would put in maybe two Baylors. I'm not 100% sure yet what I would put in. If you guys have any text that you think would be good in the deck, let me know. But for right now, I don't really know because I don't need Graveyard like Foolish Burial. I don't need it because really this combo works like, amazing. It's just really good. Although Foolish Burial has its advantages sometimes. I really want to add. Sector Giga Cricket. People probably were like, that's such a bad card, but it's not a bad card to me. It's really good. It keeps my implementation live with my monsters like a summoner monster I've got left in the field of Veiler, Armageddonite that you're not doing anything with. You have Evolvable Chain, you have the setup, but it's just there an extra turn. Well, you can send the Cricket to the graveyard, and Cricket has an amazing effect. It removes a monster to equip itself, and it gives that monster piercing damage. The the Draco Sack tokens will not be a problem for you. I really want to add that. I might add that by taking out one Insect Invitation. For the two Maxis, I really think of putting in Effect Veiler. I wouldn't change up my extra deck. I really wouldn't. I don't really think I wouldn't change my extra deck. It's pretty solid. The only thing I would need to do is maybe change up the threes to something else, but I don't know right now what to put in. But that's really the only changes I would make. I don't feel like I need the third Mystical Space Typhoon main deck. I really don't. But yeah, the only thing I would add would be a Inzektor Cricket to the deck and maybe the two Veilers. And I would just leave it at that because the deck's running really well. I'm telling you guys, this is a good solid build. The side deck, obviously you side for your worst matchups in this deck. You don't need to side to win. You side to defend yourself against your worst matchups. Because you have Hoernet. I'm telling you, you have Hoernet. Hoernet is the secret. It's like the massive tool you have to just keep popping everything. People just, this is a dead deck. No, it's not deck. It's very alive. Yes, it has a few weaknesses, but it's really solid. And Hoernet is a threat. It's a threat to a lot of decks. Dragonfly, is also a threat to a lot of decks. You just keep popping and popping and popping. If I might add another art to the extra deck. That's the only thing. I don't know what I would take out, but I might add another art. Maybe I'll take out Zen mains because I don't really make threes that much. Because it's just so good. I mean, sometimes you just suck up the monster and that's it. That's the end of the story. But yeah, I would definitely think of adding Giga Cricket. I don't know what other Inzektor monster would add or any other card I would really want to add. I just want to keep my insect imitations live for these these monsters here, or if I go into like Copper and whatever gets Baylor, I need a little more extra power. But nothing. This has been the Inzektors that I'm doing. This is Inzektors. This is TCG legal for the April ban list. When Soul Charge comes out, yes, Soul Charge will be coming into the deck. Soul Charge will definitely be coming into the deck because when you have nothing, activate Soul Charge, you can bring out as many Inzektors, and Lord knows if you have that Hoernet in the graveyard, you can pop, 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 and go off like crazy. Um, but nothing. That's gonna be the deck profile for today. Tell me if you like the deck. If you have any suggestions, as I always say, if you have any suggestions for tech cards or a deck list, let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about it. Tell me if you like my build. This is similar to the build that I had in my other videos. Similar to the build that some guy won in a tournament a while back. Just put it on his channel forever ago. But I tested out the build and it's really solid. It's very consistent. Um, but yeah, so I will be playing with Inzektors more on DN than anything else. I'll only really show Inzektors on DN because this is where I have my account on with my perfect Inzektor deck. I will be showing another Inzektor deck later on, which is Rank Up Inzektors. Which, if you guys really like that, I'll make it faster. If not, well then eventually they'll come up. But for now, this is Little Bear, and I'm out.